What's up? What's up? What's up? So I was just thinking, man, like a lot of things have been occurring to me lately, and one thing I realized is that America, well, not just America, but all stages of um political, as you say, when they had a seat at the world table, all of them are gangbangers. Hey man, when you put the analogy, when you put them side by side, man, what gangs do and what America and different countries do, yeah, you motherfuckers gang banging. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, is that why they so interested in our gangs? Is that why they so interested in our gangs? You know what I mean? I just want to know because why are they why is it there a direct interest in us? So one thing I was looking at to be required a nation, right? Let's pull this up right quick. Um, and I'm just gonna give you, I guess, just this this breakdown right here. Um, but you can always go in depth. There's so many different websites you can go to. Share the screen. Yeah, so many different websites. So we got right here, right? Um, it says define the territory. Now, one thing you can say about gang leaders and what they do and how they do things, you know, they actually work off of territory. That's what they call it. This portion is mine. This portion is yours. I understand why they had Tukey Williams locked up. So all of this is coming together for me, for real, for real. Um, how uh how and why they always, on the always, will always penetrate American gangs, always try to break them up, send them to jail, whatever. It's sent. It's because the general, the head person, whoever's in charge, um, they obviously know how to organize, and they obviously know how to maintain some territory. They really do. So that is a threat to America, because honestly, um, all we have to do to get reparations is declare a nation. Um, so I was also looking at some of the requirements. Um, in most of gang territories, they have a high population of Black people, very high. Uh, and something I realized, that's why they send some immigrants in there to kind of like break up what could be a nation, what could be considered a nation if Black people ever woke up and was like, we want this land right here, and we're going to declare us a nation. Especially like, okay, say if you in the hood, right? You got a hood lawyer that still lives in the hood. You got a hood doctor still lives in the hood. You still got you got uh say you got all these people. You got a hood hospital, right? Owned by Black people. Everything Black. Everything is Black. Do you know this is why they also uh flooded Lake Lanier, flooded gentrified Harlem. This is why they gentrified a lot of places. This is why they always will be in our business. It's because if we ever get to a place where we actually realize that, hey, we want to claim this territory as our own, right? We already have a certain outline where we are. and there's nobody, no other color, no other race, no other nothing, right? Um, then we've been here for decades. And this is why they always encouraged grandparents to sell their homes. We've been encouraged for decades, decades. You know what I mean? To do things, to sell, like sell your property, sell your business. They always want to be a part of it, and this is why. Because if we ever just start working and saying to hell with them, and then we actually start doing businesses with states, we say, okay, this area over here says, okay, they all work together in that neighborhood, right? They have their own farm, they have their own grocery store in that neighborhood, everything. They have their own everything. So if that happens, that's semi-productive. So let's go down here to government. So the reason why they always are zeroed in on us and zeroed in on our gangs is because that could be established as a government, right? That minus the drugs, they have some real organization going on there. You know what I mean? So if you take away the drugs, you add everything else in it, that's a government right there. And slash army. So we got those two things taken care of. So then you want to go then you want to go here to the ability. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. The ability to relate to other states. So that means they want you to have the ability to work with other people. You know what I mean? To work with other people. So we got that. When I say other states, that means other states don't have to be in the United States. Other states can be hell. What's that place I want to visit in Africa? It could be any Africa country. You know what I mean? Any Haiti, you can have Jamaica, have international relations. With. Then you go down here. This is what tripped me out. Is not only do the Crips and the Bloods and the GDs have their own flag, you know what I mean? It also tells me that that's another reason why I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, but it tells me also that there's another way to how can I say, to represent a nation. So black gangs have already created this. And I think this is why my man Charleston White always get on people. You know what I mean? Get on the rappers and all the people that say they're supposed to be hard. You know what I mean? Because this is what you really supposed to be doing. And that's the only that I always felt like it was with the gangs. I always felt like the change had to come from the gangs within. Once the gangs change, it'll all fall in line because they already have majority of what is deemed to be a territorial situation. Now, if people in the hood like old block got too strong and too big, and they was like, "Yo, the black people got way too much control over this," and that's why they came in. FBI shut it down. So that flag, they could have planted a flag right there and declared that a nation. You know what I mean? Then you got they have to have a flag in the national anthem. You know, I always said the national anthem would be "They Not Like Us," but hey, man, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. Or we can make our own national anthem, but it's gonna be some hard ass shit dropping though. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be some fire ass shit dropping. Okay, and then you got let's see, you got then you got the Constitution. A nation should have a constitution or similar set laws and principles for a country. Okay, so let's see. I ain't got it all the way open, but y'all can see it all the way open. Let's see. I can spread that thing like that. That define principles that define the country. Okay. So that ain't nothing, Our our black women most definitely will make sure that happens, and some of our black men will have a contribution to that too. You know, I don't know if I met too many men that like to write. But there might be some out there. I know a lot of women that like to write. Um, let's see, international recognition. So we would have to get, and this is how I want my seat at the table. The seat at the table don't stop with the United States. The seat at the table for me stops at the seat at the worldwide stage, at the national meet where everybody meet, all countries meet and have a seat, and they talk about their issues, and then some of them go to war. That's another reason why I compare all these countries to like gang banging, because all these countries do the same thing that gang bangers do. If you try to take over somebody's territory or you don't respect boundaries, they send you to war. They kill other people while their leaders are sitting there directing things. I mean, pretty much everything that these countries have been doing can be considered a RICO in my eyes. You know, then it says build a nation's identity. We pretty much have an identity already. So most of these things we pretty much already have, you know. And the focus doesn't need to be on uh anybody else's game but blacks. But I would suggest, if black people were to do this, um I say it starts with the gangs having a meeting all together, coming together, and I mean not online, I mean in person, talking to each other. You know what I mean? Always in person, and just for all purposes, pat downs, and scans. Because I guess it's like this to me. You know, I've cut people out of my life for less, have treated me. They haven't done what, I feel like this country has done to black people, but they have done less and I've cut them off. So, my question to everybody, if you did watch this video, is how can you cut someone off from in a relationship, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're not in a relationship, for disrespecting you, or stopping some type of money flow for you, or whatever the case may be? How could you do that? Sit there and do that? How can you sit there and do that and still want to hold hands with somebody who actually, and deeply in your heart, 90% of them don't like you? 90% of them, at every opportunity, at every whim they can do it, they will stop your voice. They will stop your movement. They will infiltrate it in any way possible. How could you still want to be side by side and say they deserve a chance? How many chances should we give these people? If we become a nation, if black people become a nation, we can actually sue the United States government. We can sue the United States government. That's how I feel about it. You know, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, this is what I feel about it. So yeah. Yeah, man. I really feel like, this is why they always infiltrate our gangs. Because they gang bangers. They the starters and creators of it, They always have been. And I didn't start realizing why they infiltrated, why they focus so much on our gangs and even the Latin gangs. Why did they focus so much on us? And it's because of that fact right there. Everything you just read right there, yeah, most definitely. We got pretty much 80% of this. We can already define territory. Only thing we actually missing is ability to relate to other states and constitution and international recognition. We already have the identity. So we got 3 out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 8. Out of 8 things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they infiltrated so much. I see why they locked down because Tukey Williams, I think he came to that revelation, and wanted to make it a non-profit at first. Boy, that'll be some shit now. But either way, the Bloods and the Crips and GDs, BDs, Latin Kings, Vice Lords, and the MS-13 all need to come under one flag. Just for peace. Just so they can have a fair chance in their nation. And I would, you know what? If they would help me establish a nation, I would help them. I would most definitely help Mexico get some of their land back. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yep. And we would create something like BRICS. Something like BRICS. I already know the countries that I would have. I'm not gonna say all of them, but Mexico would be one of them. Most definitely. So that's my thoughts on how I feel like the world is gangs, because all of them have flags. All of them have flags. All of them got people in there, soldiers in there that they're willing to send out to sacrifice. Um, shit. You got a Crip national anthem. You got a Blood national anthem. You know, we got national. They in every world has a national anthem, and I didn't know. And I guess this is what made it pop out to me. Um, when I was saying I pledge allegiance to the flag, and I looked it up, and it was telling me I was reading somewhere where America is the only one that pledge allegiance to a flag. I was like, damn, hold on. That's the same kind of like, setup as, a blood gang or a Crip gang, Uh, you pledge allegiance to a flag. You align with this flag. Your allegiance is with this flag, so much so where you won't even, wear the color. You know, they're very strict on their territory. I mean, that's all gangs got to do is just turn their shit towards who's stopping them claiming some land. And before I start pop off anything here, I would actually go start talking to other countries' leaders. I would get to know Burkina Faso. You know what I mean? I would get to know some of these leaders, some of these people that actually sit on the stage. This is where I want black people minds to be at. But it is kind of hard just getting them focused because they too busy worried about the next bill they gotta pay. Uh, you know, um, how they gonna maintain a lifestyle without their children being on the streets. People who serve in the military, it's like those old soldiers. It's like they believe in this country, and I believe in it too. There's a lot of good people that came out of this country, but there has to be a line drawn, you know. And my mentality is, well, Martin Luther King way did not work. What's the other option? Malcolm X. Because Martin Luther King way did not work. We have been holding hands with people, trying to show solidarity. And I know there's some niggas like myself, some black people like myself, that have cut a motherfucker off for less. I know I have. Oh, well, we just gonna say enough is enough. I love you. There's some of y'all that are so good, but y'all, I'm not seeing the best of the best here. I'm not seeing the best of the best. Most of the time, I come across the worst of the worst. But there are a few out there that are just so fucking awesome. And that go for all races. And I can say white people to me, I just feel like they're nice because they always have an underlying agenda. That's always, that's always how, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how I feel about It's just like I don't know. I just because of this part right here. This part right here. You know what I mean? You will. We don't want you to be your own nation. We don't want you to grow. We need you. We need you. We need you. I don't have no malice in my heart towards them. I just want to be separate. I want to be separated. I want to be separated. I want a divorce. You know, you've been mentally, physically, and emotionally abusive to me. And it's like y'all acting like we're married and this is death to us part. So if that's the case, that's what these wars coming about. It's gonna be a slow pain, man. Both sides fuck this. That's why I don't vote because I feel like both sides fuck us, and we just need our own seat at the table. We actually have a third represent or number two at the table when we got two people coming up at that table, and it always has to be whatever you upgrade the name to. We'll upgrade the name as well, but ain't no more erasing history because we went from Indians to to black to African American, and they don't even say African. It don't. I just had a thought that what if this is Africa, but it's America? That's what we call our nation, Africa, America, and we created from we stretched it from New York all the way down to Florida and all the way out to see. Let's give it Utah. Give it Utah. That whole line down there, except for like I give Texas back to Mexico. Let them have that, but we keep Florida. We keep Florida, and um, who else do I? Yeah, y'all keep California. Y'all keep Colorado. Y'all keep Washington. Yeah, yeah, keep that shit. Um, I even give as long as Russia stays over there. They ever cross that line, we're taking it back. You know, I don't give a fuck. You call us an Indian givers. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever gave it back, yeah, yeah. But like I said, man, most of these rules right here are most definitely fall in line with what a gang already has. It just has to be a switch that goes off on them to stop selling drugs, stop turning the gun on one another, and whoever tries to enter without your agreement. You commute, yeah, well, it has to be a people of 5,000, about 5,000 to 10,000. You know, y'all gotta organize that in each area. We're gonna start out somewhere. I feel like I know where I want to start out, uh, but that's God's plan. You know, that's God's plan. But ultimately, why am I thinking like this? Because I want Black people, Black Americans, to feel as if they have a home to go to. They have a home. They have somewhere safe. They have an actual chance of like shit. Uh, they will have an actual chance of saying shit. You know, we we're, we're I guess I don't know. We actually have a chance to say that we are judging our own. You know, off based off the facts. You know, and if whoever comes into that country, whoever enters into that country and says, "Hey, you know, we you could be on a visa. You can come study, you know, but it'll always be somewhere where Black people just know they can be there and be safe. You know what I mean? Um, if they come there, say they commit a crime, they will have in a different country, or I mean different state. You know, we will have a representation for them to come wherever they are. You know, and we can work a deal out or go over the facts and fight the case. You know, I would want a lot. I'm just pouring my heart out. I'm just pouring my heart out right now. But this is what I visualize and this is what I see. You know, this is what I'm so passionate about this. I'm so passionate about it. This is my passion. Because, like, I looked up and I just realized there's nowhere safe for people to go. If you are me, you are African American. I think they telling us something without telling us something. Call me crazy, but honestly, I feel like the UK is broke off pieces from Atlantis, and Africa connected in some kind of way to us. But yeah, that's why they keep that story alive. But that's my thoughts because, like, I don't know. I just feel like that's the angle people need to be looking at it at. And everything we get paid in gold and silver. You know, silver and gold and stuff. So that's how I feel about it. Like, pay me in silver and pay me in gold. I want it. You know, they can have their Bitcoin or whatever, but you pay me in this. And that's gonna be our currency. So I just kind of I pray that Black men and women get it together because there's some flaws on each side. Oh, Ethiopia, that's the country. That's the country I actually want to work with. You know, but I do have to get our males on the same page because every line that they take, I ain't gonna say in line. I'm gonna just say alignment. And I want to say that they got to get in alignment with each other, and then once they find that foundation, that base within themselves, and that connection with each other, I want to protect you. Before we get to fighting with each other, I'm gonna let it go because I've forgiven the white man forever. We've forgiven the white man for 400 years. I can forgive you today. But you gotta get your emotions together and talk to them. It's okay to apologize. And that's what they mean by be vulnerable. They don't mean be vulnerable by dropping your drawers for one another. So, and this is my video being vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable right now. Cause like this is the thoughts that run in my head. I see so much better. When I hear about stories about how we had a Black Wall Street, how we had our own towns. We was at the stock market level. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. I just had an idea. Shit. I know I'll make that deal with Africa. Ooh. Let me write that shit down. But yeah. Where is that? Hold on. Oh, hurry up. Where you at? Um, um talking about there you go. Ooh wee. Yeah, so I just wrote that down because I don't never want to forget that. That was a really good thought. Um, and sometimes, you just can't speak. But, you know, thank you. If you have clicked on this video, I just want to say thank you for at least watching it, you know, listening to my ideas, you know what I mean? I don't like to talk much because I'm a thinker and a visualization type of person. Um, I never say never, and a lot of people told me that this will never happen. Because when you say never, it always happens. So, because I believe in the strength of our people, I don't care what tribe you from, y'all all fucking popping in y'all own way. I think some of the African countries need a little bit of swag, or just put some lotion on the feet. That's it. But y'all got y'all swag to y'all. Y'all got y'all culture. And I love y'all for that. And also the Hispanic community do too. All these countries have their own culture. Their own swag to them. We just want to put a definition on us and who we are. You know what I mean? So at this point, I love y'all and thank y'all for listening again. Peace.